Hello and welcome back to part 5 of the current 100 bestseller books on Amazon. If you found this useful, please do comment, like, share, subscribe, and all that. Anyway, so let's carry on where we was. Number 60, we've got The Body Keeps Score, Mind, Brain, and Body in the Transformation of Trauma. And this one's done really, really well here. It's got 5 stars totally out of over 33,000 ratings. And it's available paperback, Kindle, and it's written by Bessel van der Kolk. I hope I've said that right. An astonishing and important book, The Trauma Bible. I cannot recommend it enough for anyone struggling with, well, anything, says Tara Westover. The effects of trauma can be devastating for sufferers, their families, and future generations. Here, one of the world's experts on traumatic stress offers a bold new paradigm for treatment, moving away from standard talking and drug therapies and towards an alternative approach that heals mind, brain, and body. Excuse my speaking typo there. Dr. van der Kolk's masterpiece combines the boundless curiosity of the scientist, the erudition of the scholar, and the passion of the truth teller, Judith Herman, author of Trauma and Recovery. Excuse me, I am not the most vocabulary thorough person in the world, but let's see what we've got at number 59. That looks a really good book, actually, though, for obviously anybody working in psychotherapy, psychiatry, and in the realm of trauma. I do know a lot of social workers. You lot will be interested into hearing this. So, at number 59, we've got Growing Up for Girls. Everything you need to know. Just everything you need to know. Growing Up for Girls, everything you need to know. And that's available $5.66 on Kindle or $6.99 on paperback. And it's written by Dr. Emily MacDonagh. A reassuring, fact-packed book for girls on what to expect when growing up. From Dr. Emily MacDonagh. If I've said your name wrong, please let me know. Practising NHS doctor and OK Magazine's popular health and parenting columnist. Dr. Emily talks about the physical and emotional changes of puberty in a simple and friendly way. Topics include when and why will your body start to change, how will you feel differently and why, what's happening to the boys, plus expert tips on healthy eating, positive body image, self-esteem, and lots more. With colourful illustrations and useful diagrams, written in collaboration with a consultant paediatrician and school nurse. Mother of 2 and stepmother to teenagers, Dr. Emily lives with her husband Peter Andre and children in Surrey. I think this one will do well. Great for anybody who's got a daughter or a young sister, a niece or whatever. It seems quite positive, quite educational for young people. We'll see what the ratings say quickly, actually. How many pages? 96 pages. So reviews all positive so far. And yeah, check it out. Let me know if you've read that one, what you think of it. It's $6.99 paperback or $5.66 Kindle. Number 58, we've got What I Wish People Knew About Dementia. It's 4.5 stars out of 8 out of 8 ratings. Sorry. What can a diseased brain tell us about human living our own lives better and helping those with dementia get the best from theirs? When Wendy Mitchell was diagnosed with young onset dementia at the age of 58, her brain was overwhelmed with images of the last stages of the disease, those familiar tropes, shortcuts and cliches that we are fed by the media or even our own health professionals. But her diagnosis far from represented the end of her life. Instead, it was the start of a very different one. Wise, practical and life-affirming, What I Wish People Knew About Dementia combines anecdotes, research and Wendy Mitchell's own brilliant wit and wisdom to tell readers exactly what she wishes they knew about dementia. Nice one, Wendy. You know, like with I don't want to sound too patronising at all, because I think a lot of people that have dementia, you know, were very kind kind of rapid and thorough thinkers during most of their adult lives. But it is a challenge always writing a book, and those that have written books know that it's not as easy as it looks. So just want to say well done to Wendy Mitchell. It's 240 pages. I'm very intrigued to check that one out myself because it's a very interesting disorder. Well done, Wendy Mitchell. I shall certainly be checking that book out. So a big tick from me, and wish you all the very best with it. Number 57, The Invisible String by Patrice Karst. Wow, this one's done well. This is a total 5 stars out of almost 12,500 ratings. So, and it's really cheap. It's available in paperback for $5.94. And let's see what this is. This is children's books on parents. So it's for children, I think. It sold over 400,000 copies. So brilliant. Parents, educators, therapists and social workers alike have declared The Invisible String the perfect tool for coping with all kinds of separation, anxiety, loss and grief. In this relatable and reassuring contemporary classic, a mother tells her 2 children that they're all connected by an invisible string. That's impossible, the children insist, but still they want to know more. What kind of string? The answer is the simple truth that binds us all, an invisible string made of love. Even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it deep in your heart and know that you're always connected to the ones you love. Does everybody have an invisible string? How far does it reach? Does it ever go away? This heartwarming picture book for all ages explores questions about the intangible yet unbreakable connections between us and opens up deeper conversations about love. So this written by 2 authors, Patrice Karst, and I'm not sure if Joanna Lou Vrytoff is the illustrator, is she? Yep, she's the illustrator. Seems a really good book, really intriguing. It's 40 pages, and it's kind of, by the looks of the categories it's in, it's quite deep. So, and it's sold really well. So mostly absolute great reviews on here. Almost somebody's kicking off because it says it refers to heaven and the religious aspect, but whatever. There's always going to be someone kick off, isn't there? But it's from ages. I just spotted that. Reading age 4 to 7. So yeah, I'm going to give that one a check out, tick of approval to check out. So number 56, what we got? Spoonfed, Why Almost Everything We've Been Told About Food Is Wrong. Really? Okay, well, it's going to be interesting. We'll see. In ecological pollution, and it could be right, So let's have a look. As seen on ITVs this morning. Sorry about the banging there. The crowd-breaking bestseller from Tim Spector, author of The Diet Myth and the creator of the COVID Symptom Study app. And a hugely enjoyable and critical look at common food myths, says Michael Mosley. Is breakfast really the most important meal of the day? Is there any point in counting calories? Is there any evidence that coffee is bad for us? Through his pioneering research, Professor Tim Spector bursts these and many other myths about food. Spoonfed explores the scandalous lack of good science behind many diet plans, official recommendations and miracle cures, and encourages us to rethink our whole relationship with food, not just for our health as individuals, but for the future of the planet. Well said. It's got 304 pages, so it's it's got a bit to it about it, and it's done really well there. It's in the bestsellers for cultural studies, ecological pollution, and environmental books. So let's just check out the reviews quickly. Okay, mixed bag on the reviews, should I say? Because of the mixed bag, I'm not going to give it the tick of approval just because of the concerning reviews. But that's not to say it's not worth checking out. And if you've checked this book out yourself, let us know what you think of it. People have different tastes, so this could still maybe for you. Number 55. This much is true. There's never been a memoir so packed with eye-popping, hilarious and candid stories. Daily Mail. Why are they exploiting the titles? Why can't they just put the title as it is? Not a big fan of that. So, but it's by Miriam Margolyes, or Margolyes. Let me know how it's pronounced if you know. BAFTA-winning actor, voice of everything from Monkey to the Cadbury's Caramel Rabbit, creator of a myriad of unforgettable characters from Lady Whiteadder to Professional Sprout, Miriam Margolyes, or Margolyes, I'm not sure how you say it, OBE, is the nation's favourite and naughtiest treasure. Now at the age of 80, she has finally decided to tell her extraordinary life story, and it's well worth the wait. Find out how being conceived in an air raid gave her curly hair, what pranks led to her being known as the naughtiest girl Oxford High School ever had, how she ended up posing nude for Augustus John as a teenager. Okay. Why Bob Monkhouse was the best male kiss she's ever had, and what happened next after Warren Beatty asked, "Do you F?" From declaring her love to Vanessa Redgrave to being told to be quiet by the Queen, this book is packed with brilliant, hilarious stories with a cast list stretching from Scorsese to Streisand, a cross-dressing Leonardo DiCaprio to Isaiah Berlin. This Much Is True is as warm and honest, as full of life and surprises as its inimitable author. It does look like an interesting book. It's a few things raised an eyebrow in that description, and I'm sure it did in some of you. Be interesting to hear more. So that is, possibly one to check out. We've got one here. I think this is the first one we've covered where it says there's a collectible for $29.99. So check that out if you're more intrigued, I guess. Number 54, The Song of Achilles. The Song of Achilles. That's how you say it, isn't it? So this is by Madeline Miller, and it's doing really well with 4.5 stars total out of over 26,000 ratings. And it's a fairy tale. So Greece in the Age of Heroes, Patroclus, an awkward young prince, has been exiled to the court of King Peleus and his perfect son Achilles. Despite their differences, Achilles befriends the shamed prince, and as they grow into young men skilled in the arts of war and medicine, their bond blossoms into something deeper. Despite the displeasure of Achilles' mother Thetis, a cruel sea goddess. But when word comes that Helen of Sparta has been kidnapped, Achilles must go to war in distant Troy and fulfill his destiny. Torn between love and fear for his friend, Patroclus goes with him, little knowing that the years that follow will test everything they hold dear. And that's quite an interesting sounding book, to be fair. And J.K. Rowling's read it there and said she's loved it. 368 pages. So if that's your thing, check out Madeline Miller's book there. And let's have a quick look at the reviews. Mostly mixed reviews, so there are a lot of good ones, but it seems a really interesting story. So check that out if you're into kind of the whole Troy and old war battle stuff and all that, I guess. Number 53, we've got Atlas of the Heart. Mapping meaningful connection and the language of human experience. This is 4.5 stars out of a total of 1,381, should I say, ratings. Sorry. In the Atlas of the Heart, Brown takes us on a journey through 87 of the emotions and experiences that define what it means to be human. As she maps the necessary skills and lays out an actionable framework for meaningful connection, she gives us the language and tools to access a universe of new choices and second chances. A universe where we can share and steward the stories of our bravest and most heartbreaking moments with one another in a way that builds connection. Over the past 2 decades, Brown's extensive research into the experiences that make us who we are has shaped the cultural conversation and helped define what it means to be courageous with our lives. Atlas of the Heart draws on this research as well as Brown's singular skills as a researcher, storyteller, to lay out invaluable research-based framework that shows us that naming an experience doesn't give the experience more power. It gives us the power of understanding, meaning, and choice. Brown shares, I want this to be an atlas for us, for all of us, because I believe that with an adventurous heart and the right maps, we can travel anywhere and never fear losing ourselves, even when we have no idea where we are. It sounds a really, really intriguing book, and it's available on Kindle for under a tenner and £12 for a hardcover. And I'm going to give this one a big tick of approval for checking out because of the content. It just seems a really healthy book. It's in business leadership skills there, but that one gets my tick of approval because it's maybe, I'm not sure if that's the best category it could be in there, but well done, Bren Brown. See, I'm not sure how to say them, Bren Brown. But that gets my tick to track out anyway. At number 52, we've got another one of the TikTok made me buy it books here. The Love Hypothesis. TikTok made me buy it, the rom-com of the year. Why do they keep doing this, man? I think it's just called The Love Hypothesis. I wish they'd just say the title, But it's had 4,500 ratings over that, over 4,500 ratings, and it's got 4.5 stars. So it's a rom-com, obviously. As a third-year PhD candidate, Olive Smith doesn't believe in lasting romantic relationships with her best friend does, and that's what's got her into this situation. Convincing Anne that Olive, on her way to her happily ever after, was always going to be tough. Scientists require proof. So, like any self-respecting woman, Olive panics and kisses the first man she sees. That man is none other than Adam Carlson, a young hotshot professor and well-known actor, which is why Olive is positively floored when he agrees to keep her charade a secret and be a fake boyfriend. But when a big science conference goes haywire and Adam surprises her again with his underlying support and his underlying hand, their little experiment feels dangerously close to combustion. Olive soon discovers that the only thing more complicated than a hypothesis on love is putting her own heart under the microscope. And there's 384 pages there, and let's see what the reviews are like on this. Yeah, most people think are liking it, so it's doing well for all you rom-com lovers out there. So check that one out if that's what you're into. On to the last one of this part, folks. We've got Happy, finding joy in every day and letting go of perfect. That's a nice title, isn't it? And it's done well. Out of almost 9,000 ratings, it's got 4.5 stars. She is known for her fun and upbeat presenting style, but Fern Cotton has also been bravely open about her struggle with depression during some darker points in her life. Already the successful author of recipe book Cook Healthy, Fern and her team of experts explain why perfect doesn't exist and teach us tools that can help us find the joy in every day. In our busy 2017 lives that are constantly fueled by Instagram envy, bad Tinder dates and increasingly outrageous politicians, it's nice to go over the basics of simply being happy. Nice one, Fern Cotton. That's 272 pages and it's really, really cheap. It's only £3 on paperback. Always get it from these links, folks, because when you're getting it from these ones here, these are the artists and people like Fern Cotton, they won't see a penny of it else. So please do get it from those links. And let's see what the reviews are like on this one. Mostly banging reviews. Oh, there's a couple of unhappy ones, but mostly 5 stars. So check that one out. So that's it for the first half of this top 100, folks. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please do like the video and consider subscribing. And see you soon for part 6. Take care.